This is the Federal Reserve Act, Section 29, civil money penalties. A, first tier. Any member bank, which and any institution, affiliated party within the means of Section EU of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act with respect to such member bank who violates any provision of Section 22, 23A, or 23B, or any regulation issued pursuant thereto shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty of not more than 5,000 for each day during which such violation continues. This is so you can look it up under 12 USC 5048. That's where it's statute at. B, second tier. Notwithstanding subsection A, any member bank which and any institution affiliated party within the means of Section 3U of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act with respect to such member bank who 1A, commits any violation described in subsection A, B, recklessly engaged in an unsafe or unsound practice in conducting the affairs of such member bank, or C, breaches any fiduciary duty. 2, which violation, practice, or breach A, is part of a pattern of misconduct, B, causes or is likely to cause more than a minimal loss to such member bank, or C, results in pecuniary gain and other benefit to such party, shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty of not more than 25,000 for each day during which such violation, practice, or breach continues. Amended in it been statute at 12 USC 504B. Tier C, third tier. Notwithstanding subsection A and B, any member bank which and any institution affiliated party within the means of Section EU of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act with respect to such member bank who 1, knowingly commits any violation described in subsection A, B, engages in any unsafe or unsound practice in conducting the affairs of such credit union, or C, breaches any fiduciary duty, and 2, knowingly or recklessly causes a substantial loss to such credit union or of substantial pecuniary gain or other benefit to such party by reason of such violation, practice, or breach, shall forfeit and pay a civil penalty in the amount not to exceed the applicable maximum amount determined under subsection D for each day during which such violation, practice, or breach continues. 12 USC 504C. That's where you can check that one out, codified. D, maximum amounts of penalties for any violation described in subsection C. The maximum daily amount of any civil penalty which may be assessed pursuant to subsection C for any violation, practice, or breach described in such subsection is 1, in the case of any person other than a member bank an amount to not exceed $1 million, and in the case of a member bank, an amount not to exceed the lessor for A, $1 million, or B, 1% of the total assessed of such member bank. This is codified in 12 U.S.C. 504D. E, assessment, etc. Any penalty imposed under subsection A, B, or C shall be assessed and collected by 1. And in case of a national bank, by the comptroller of the currency, and 2. In the case of a state bank, by the board, in the manner provided in subparagraph E, F, G, I of Section 8I2 of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act for penalties imposed under such section, and any such assessment shall be subject to the provisions of such section, codified in 12 U.S.C. 504E. F, hearing the member bank or other person amongst whom any penalty is assessed under this section shall be afforded an agency hearing if such member bank or person submits a request for such hearing within 20 days after the issuance of the notice of assessment. Section 8H of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act shall apply to any proceeding under this section, codified in 12 U.S.C. 504F. Disbursement. G, disbursement. All penalties collected under authority of this paragraph shall be deposited into the Treasury. 12 U.S.C. 504G. H, violate, defined. For purposes of this section, the term violate includes any action alone or with another or others for or toward causing, bringing about, participating in, counseling, or aiding or abetting a violation, codified in 12 U.S.C. 504H. Regulations. Regulations. The comptroller of the currency and the board shall prescribe regulations establishing such procedures as may be necessary to carry out this section, codified in 12 U.S.C. 504I. M. Notice under this section after separation from service. The resignation, termination of employment, or participation or separation of an institution affiliate party within the means of Section EU of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act with respect to a member bank, including a separation caused by the closing of such bank, shall not affect the jurisdiction or authority of the appropriate federal bank agency to issue any notice and proceed under this section against any such party if such notice is served before the end of the 6-year period beginning on the date such party ceased to be such a party with respect to such bank, whether such date occurs before, on, or after the date of the enactment of this subsection, as codified in 12 U.S.C. 504M. So an original, okay. And I'm gonna come check with this section 3 IE 3U of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act. that reading was that's section 29 of the Federal Reserve Act. Silver money penalties.